Hello, and today I wanted to talk about Christmas and mental health. People who suffer with mental health disorders of any kind, I believe, do find Christmas hard. I find Christmas hard. Obviously, I don't fully understand all the different disorders out there and all the different struggles. But what I will do is I'll go through some of these and I'll relate to the struggles that I have and try to maybe give a bit of advice on how I cope with them. This is the little one here. Because I've got two cameras today. I've got one for him, one for me. So I'll get some treats. I'm hoping that he'll just stay here. All right, mate, calm down. They stink. Oh. So I'm on the mind.org UK site. Really good site, informative and lots of integrity around this site. Excuse me, I've still got a cold. So I'll have to go to work, spread the cold around, spread the Christmas cheer. I'm not going to read directly from the site. I've had a glance at it and it's quite good. So I wanted to talk about Christmas and mental health, basically. If you've got mental health disorders of any kind, OCD, Tourette's, Asperger's, depression, all different things that people are affected by, Christmas can be quite a challenging time. And I think, especially for people who have high function autism or Asperger's, which I was diagnosed with, and OCD and all of these different things which really are dependent and activated or can be accentuated more when there's a pressure, a demand, and you're very conscious of people and things going on, especially if they've got to be done to a certain time. A lot of people with mental health disorders, especially the Asperger's autism side of things, like things to be structured. You get used to your idiosyncratic behaviours. Things have got to be done in a certain time. You've got routine. You want this done then, that done that. We go through our day and our week with sort of predisposed routine we've already built up over months and years of life. So I know exactly how I like my day-to-day to run. And maybe that's why I am the way I am and I work the way I work, because I feel comfortable in that environment. So anything that jars it out of the normal, very uncomfortable and causes great anxiety. And I'm getting twitched thinking about it. But there are ways of coping with these extra pressures at Christmas time. Well, I think the thing with Christmas is that there's always this, and I believe that a lot of people struggle with this. There's this, it's forced fun. You're meant to be happy. You have to be happy. Everyone's happy. Everything is displayed as happiness personified. You know, you've got the TV films, movies. Everything has a wonderful ending, and everybody looks perfect. Everything is perfect. The Christmas tree is not bent at the top like mine, and 10 years old. So there is a pressure for Christmas to be perfect. And for everything to be perfect. And it's a lot of admin just for normal people. Neurotypical people struggle. I know plenty of people who have got no issues with mental health at all, who can't stand Christmas. So Christmas, there is a pressure, isn't there, for us all to get everything right, because it's a time of year where great expectations are greatly expectated. Enjoying Christmas might also affect your mental health. For example, if it triggers hypermania or mania. That's great. Hypermania. I'm not laughing at anyone who's got hypermania. It just sounds like, hypermania to me sounds like you're all around the Christmas table and, just the member of the family who's got hypermania, it's suddenly triggered and, the tablecloth comes off, all the things go all over the floor, there's a whirlwind for the house, curtains fall off, Christmas tree's destroyed, and there's a lot of tears and regret. Christmas scares me and I stress and I get anxious and I get worried. But I do like Christmas. I really like the whole vibe and the fact that people are meant to, at least, be a little bit politer and nice over the Christmas period. I think the problem with Christmas is it does bring a certain, it just brings that pressure, doesn't it? And you think you're not going to be able to cope. If you're like me, you struggle with social situations. Christmas is a time when you're expected to go and spend time with family and friends, and you're kind of like, you're more aware that you don't feel that you are normal. I think half the problem with times like Christmas is that your routine is destroyed. You're not working, so that's a chunk of most people's day of routine taken up, just thrown out the window. And we quite often need routine to be able to function. So we get up, we go to work, we do this, we do that. We know what time things are going to happen. And they're kind of stepping stones through the day that get us to the end. So we can go to sleep, wake up fresh, start again with the next struggle of the day. And with Christmas, it's kind of like, it's like instead of just a day of stepping stones, it's like a whole just landscape, a desert of nothing. You know, it's endless time. You're lost in this eternity of anxiety and just what on earth am I going to do to fill my time up? And the only things that are actually in place to fill my time up are things I don't enjoy doing or don't want to really do. So what I would suggest is, as Christmas comes up, for myself, I've got myself several different projects that I'm going to be trying to do. So each day I will spend a bit of time on those projects. You don't have to have money and you don't have to have money and things, and they don't have to be expensive. It could be as simple as you're going to write a book. Neck complex. I think having things to do is a good thing. So, and being organised is great, because when that first day off hits you and the first start of Christmas hits you, it's very easy to suddenly become paralysed. Well, for me, lie on my bed, look up at the ceiling and go, oh my goodness, I don't know how to cope. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Everything's terrible. The world's all wrong. I'm paralysed and I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't cope. I feel depressed and these terrible thoughts start to come in. So it's a good idea just to have a few things. Get your phone open, write them on your notes or your iPad list or your whatever you've got. Or get a piece of paper and jot down some things. Write down a few goals and things that you'd like to do over Christmas. I just think it's really important to talk to people and let people who are close to you, open up to people who are close to you, loved ones, family. Say, look, this time of year is a time of year that I struggle with things. My mind just really struggles a little bit. You'd be surprised how many people struggle the same. You always think the grass is greener on the other side. Once you know that someone else is struggling with something very similar to yourself, you suddenly have a bond and it suddenly forms an even closer friendship and a closer relationship than you had before. And it kind of feels that you're not alone. And sometimes in life, going into battle, going into do whatever you've got to do in our day to day, it feels like a battle, doesn't it? Sometimes it doesn't feel so bad when you're on your own. It's like you've got a companion. You can kind of look across the room and say, "Oh, mate, yeah, I feel the same," and have a bit of a. Sometimes it's satisfying to be able to do that. Just don't try to. This one's about what you should do if someone's got mental health. Don't try to cheer them up. Whatever your intentions, these aren't usually helpful things to hear. For example, try to avoid saying to someone with mental health things like, but Christmas is supposed to be a happy time. You could enjoy yourself if you tried. It may also help to avoid saying things like, everyone else is enjoying themselves, or there are people who have it worse. Someone's just written this website. Well, this part of the website does sound like it's been given to somebody to quickly just finish off on a Friday afternoon because they needed to get it published. Cheer up! Might never happen. Don't take it personally if they don't join in. It may feel disappointing if someone with mental health. Don't make the assumptions about what people close to you can afford. Christmas can be a stressful time for managing money. There may be more. That's nothing to do with mental health, it's just life. Anyway, these are good things though. This is a nice site. I like this site again. Yes, it says reach out to people who might be lonely. Think about other people who might be on their own. Other people that you know. There's got to be other people you know who live on their own. Talk to them. Maybe you can get together with them. There's so many people who probably want to ask you to actually, join them for Christmas. And normally when it comes down to it, what did you do last year at Christmas? I'm pretty sure that most people, and I know that it's hard for some people, I'm sure that most people probably didn't spend the whole day on their own. I think parties and all of those things are hard. And I get anxious at them and I struggle with them. I think that I've managed to develop a community of friends or group of friends that understand me and understand that I might not want to stay all night at a party, or I might not feel comfortable in certain situations. But they still value me as a person enough to want me to be there. And that's important. And if you've got those sorts of people in your life, which they will be there. They are there. There are good people everywhere. Now's a good time to start to look through your phone list and to start to go through the people in your life and say, are these people good friends? Are they people who really want to know what's going on in my life? Or are they just my friends because it's fun, or they get something out of it, or it makes them feel good? Sometimes it's good to sit down with a friend and a person, and it takes a bit of it takes a little bit of courage. Sometimes it's good to actually open up a little bit about the way you feel about things, and that's when you find out if you've got a real friend, because a real friend will be interested to learn more about your struggles and how you cope with things. And there's enough people out there you only need a few good friends. And as I said earlier in the earlier illustration, if you're on your own, it's a lonely, dark, grey place. If you've got one friend, one person you can just give a call to, go and have a cup of coffee with, can completely change the way you're thinking, completely lightens up your day. And just the thought that having somebody there who understands you and accepts you and cares about you is a really beautiful thing to have. And there's nothing soft about that. That's a strong friendship, a strong bond, and something that can get you through some dark times and encourage you to be a better person and to have a good Christmas. So I hope that some of the things that I've said today will help, and that you will have a good Christmas, and don't see it as this overwhelming, fearful event, but see it as a time when you can actually maybe share some of your struggles and the way you work and function with somebody who might be willing to listen and understand and give you the time to be who you are. So thanks again for watching, and I will speak to you again. Bye bye.